ACC on ESPN. Perfect October football Saturday in Chapel Hill as unbeaten North Carolina hosts Syracuse at Keenan Memorial Stadium. The Tar Heels 4-0 for the first time since 1997. Dave Pasch, Dusty Dvorak, Tom Luginbill down in the field. North Carolina certainly good enough to win an ACC title for the first time in over 40 years because of Drake May, their outstanding quarterback. The numbers, Dusty, aren't as gaudy as last year. That's a little misleading, though.
Don't let the numbers fool you. The tape is even better than it was last year, completing over 72% of his passes. He has been absolutely electric on third down, over at 97 QBR when it matters the most. He's gotten better in a lot of different ways, and Christmas came early for Drake May in this North Carolina offense as the news came out earlier this week that the NCAA granted immediate eligibility to their top receiver, Tez Walker.
And Syracuse won the toss, elected to defer, so we'll see Drake May. We'll see if Tez Walker starts the game. North Carolina last time it started 5-0 was also 1997. They started 8-0, finished with 11 wins that season. Syracuse had started 4-0 back-to-back years for the first time since 1959-1960, but a turnover-filled, penalty-plagued orange effort against Clemson last week resulted in their first loss of the season. There is some wind down on the field. See if that plays a role in the kicking game as well as the throwing game. Doc Chapman is deep for UNC. DJ Jones also downfield. And Brady Denneberg will kick it away for Syracuse. Chapel Hill. So be a touchback and will come out to the 25. So Drake May, third year of college football. More on him in a moment. Let's check in with Tom.
Well, guys, it's been a long and winding road to eligibility for Tez Walker. Dusty, as you mentioned, in the community, the locker room, North Carolina couldn't be happier about it. He caught 58 passes at Kent State in 2022. Finally got eligible, caught 11 touchdowns for Kent State as well. He's the fastest, most explosive target added to an already very talented receiving corps for quarterback Drake May.
He is not on the field to start the game, Tom, but we'll see plenty of him as Drake May rolls out here on first down. And his pass is caught at the 32-yard line by Nate McCollum, who's been Drake May's top target so far this year. That's the 22nd catch on the year for McCollum as the Tar Heels go with tempo to start the game.
You'll see Drake May so effective outside the pocket.
Omarion Hampton running the ball and getting a first down all the way out to the 41-yard line. So a gain of 9.
New offensive coordinator Chip Lindsey's come in. Pass game principles very similar to where they were a year ago, but the run game a little different. That's the hammer. Omarion Hampton with a nice pickup.
Averaging close to 100 rushing yards per game. May's pass off the mark. Thrown in between two receivers. Looked like miscommunication between Jones and McCollum. Well, last year, Drake May had over 5,000 yards of total offense, a school record. He had 38 passing touchdowns. This year, just 5, but he's had some receivers that were tackled inside the 5-yard line. His completion percentage right now 73. That's the best through 4 games in school history. Gonna throw it here again on 2nd and 10. Terrific athlete taking off. What a move at the 45 and then slides just short of the line to gain in midfield, but another 9-yard run or 9-yard play, this time May on the ground.
You've got to be so smart as a defensive line, not opening up rush lanes. Rush lane open up, Drake May took advantage.
So 3rd down and 1. Again, where you start the slide is where they spot the ball. They keep it on the ground. And it's a first down pickup. Hampton breaking tackles. And they finally get him down at the 33. Justin Barron with a touchdown saving tackle on the 220-pound back.
Well, nice hole off the left side. Good vision by Hampton, and you see the tough physical running, good contact balance with a nice pickup after contact.
May on play action, and that pass just off the mark. Intended for the tight end Nesbitt. This is a pretty good secondary that Drake May is going against, although Justin Barron, who's the starting rover, has a big cast on his hand that will impact interceptions but won't impact his hitting. Do you say that's a strength of this defense?
Absolutely, boy. I'll tell you what, Elijah Clark, Justin Barron, guys are excellent coming downhill for Rocky Long in this defense.
May throwing again on second down, and a catch is made down to the 25 by McCollum. 2 catches already for him. Gain of 8, 3rd and short coming up again here.
What an addition Nate McCollum has been. The Georgia Tech transfer plays that slide. He had 15 catches against Minnesota earlier in week number 3, taking on that downs role. Really good share area quickness, strong hands. He's been a quality pickup for this offense.
Syracuse stacking the box. Hampton able to move the chains though. Down to the 20-yard line. Again, they got some powerful running backs with Hampton at 220. We'll see British Brooks at 225. Caleb Hood at 225 as well. Behind that offensive line for UNC.
They got Willie Lampkin back this week, the Coastal Carolina transfer. He's not going to wow you with size, but plays with excellent leverage and power. He got up on the linebacker. Marlo Wax helped open up that hole, and you see more of that downhill running attack that Chip Lindsey has brought here to Chapel Hill. 9th
play of the drive for North Carolina to start the game. May with time, and another completion to the 15-yard line. Another good play on first down. Again, McCollum with the catch. That's 3 already for him. He had 15 in a game against Minnesota a few weeks ago.
Sits down in that zone coverage, playing soft back. McCollum's going to take advantage. Easy hookup.
2nd and short. Hampton hurdles a defender inside the 10. Tackled at the 7-yard line by Jaden Bellamy, but it's 1st and goal. Carolina mixing it up here, run pass beautifully on this opening possession.
And they go behind 53. Willie Lampkin again, key block to open up that hole. This offense rolling in this opening drive.
Had the bye week, so 2 weeks to prepare for this one. Put up 41 points in their last game. May throwing a back shoulder fade incomplete. Try to hit J.J. Jones, had Bellamy in coverage. 2nd and goal.
It's good coverage there by Jaden Bellamy. Really good tight coverage. Back shoulder throw not there for J.J. Jones. Excellent job defending that pass right in the hands of Jones. And a nice stop.
Bellamy's a good matchup down here for him because he can match him with some height, Dusty.
Notre Dame transfer. Coverage on that last play. Now 2nd and goal. May pressure backside. He just flips it forward incomplete. Just trying to dump it off to Hampton. They brought Jason Simmons that time on the blitz.
Smart by Drake May. Felt that pressure coming from the backside. He did have a receiver in the area, so he just flips it down. Live to fight another down. Big 3rd down here. If the Cuse defense can get a stop. Yeah, nice job of bending and not breaking.
Especially after they started poorly a week ago against Clemson. May from the pocket now steps up, and he's dragged down back at the 10 by Kavon Darton, the former walk-on, with a huge sack to force a field goal try.
Yeah, it's huge. So here you're going to see up in the loop by Darton. And really well done. Marlo Wax is going to come pick that off, and the wrap by Darton, big sack, forcing the field goal attempt. Nice job by this defense. Well, they were on their heels, but backed up. They bow their necks, and they get a big stop on the opening possession.
And May was hobbling a little bit as he came to the sideline after getting dragged down on the sack. Now a 29-yard field goal attempt. Noah Burdett puts it through, and so North Carolina gets 3, but the way they started that drive with chunk plays, got to view that if you're Syracuse as a win. Burnett now 4 of 4 kicking on the season. Okay. Take a look at the sack again here, and it did take Drake May a little time to get off. An awkward landing. Lip. So 3-0 North Carolina. 4-minute drive to start the game. Destin Hawkins is deep for Syracuse. Liam Boyd will kick it away.
What a picturesque day here in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Man, absolutely gorgeous afternoon. You could not draw it up any better than this, Mr. Pash.
First October football Saturday, 2023, about 70 degrees. The skies match the seats and the uniforms here in Chapel Hill. And this will be a touchback. Come out to the 25. Well, Garrett Schrader last week turned it over 3 times. He had an interception, 2 fumbles, including a lost fumble on the first drive. But overall, Garrett Schrader's had a good season, good career. He's one of 2 FBS quarterbacks. Jaden Daniels, the other. 6,000 career passing yards, 2,000 career rushing yards. 6 rushing touchdowns on the season, tied for most among FBS quarterbacks. But again, had a turnover early in the game on a big hit. They need a bounce-back performance from him. He's out there blocking for the running back, LaQuint Allen. They want to get involved a lot today. They really like Allen, who's 4th in the ACC in rushing, and a gain of 9 on first down.
Well, LaQuint Allen, good vision burst, and a nice pickup on first down. An excellent running back for this Cuse offense.
Again, you get Schrader out there blocking, and then a drop, and it might have been picked off, but it hit the ground incomplete. Damian Alford could not pull it in, and that was an issue last week, along with some overthrows by Schrader.
Well, it's been an issue multiple times this year. Purdue game, drop passes last week. Tom, these receivers have got to help their quarterback out. Bad start there for Damian Alford.
Yeah, they look the part, but they don't always play the part. And last week, it really plagued him, particularly in the vertical passing game with Garrett Schrader and some vertical throws down the sideline that were missed.
Quarterback sneak coming.
And Schrader able to find a hole and get it out to the 38-yard line. Syracuse offense that's in the top 20 in scoring. They have wins over Colgate, Western Michigan, Purdue, and Army. And then last week we talked about the turnovers by Schrader in the offense, plus 9 penalties, a big issue in the loss at home against Clemson, the first loss of the season for Syracuse. Remember last year they started 6-0, won 1 game the rest of the season. They're hoping for a different result this year as Schrader runs on first down and tracked down by Cedric Gray, their leading tackler, one of 3 outstanding linebackers for North Carolina.
Yeah, it's a good play by Cedric Gray. Nice pickup on first down for Garrett Schrader, but it's really just Cedric Gray and the quality running quarterback of Schrader in the open space gets him to the ground.
Schrader had a little trouble with that snap. Here's Allen on the catch, picked up and dropped by Giovanni Biggers at the 41. So just a 1-yard gain, bringing up 3rd down.
You touched on those linebackers. Cedric Gray, one of the best linebackers in the ACC. Power Eccles right there with him. These 2 guys man the middle, tackling machines like coaches on the field. And Kamen Rucker, they call him the Butcher on the edge, one of the best pass rushers in the ACC.
3rd and long for Schrader and Syracuse. Schrader looking over the middle, and the pass was off target, intended for Alford. But Schrader got hit by Cedric Gray, and it's 4th down.
Cedric Gray, excellent blitzer as a linebacker. He's really worked on that aspect of his game. It's been much improved. And look, the defensive coordinator, Gene Chizik, to bring a lot of pressure, try to really confuse and get after this Syracuse offensive line.
Jack Stonehouse will punt for Syracuse. Elijah Huzzy is back for North Carolina. Has a punt return for a touchdown already this season. And it went over his head and goes into the end zone for a touchback. So North Carolina's 2nd possession will start on its 20. Wonder if the wind had a role in that 59-yard punt.
Love it.
Welcome to ESPN. ESPN College Football delivered by Papa John's. Gorgeous October football Saturday in Chapel Hill with the skies matching the seats and the uniforms for the home team. North Carolina 4-0 for the first time since 1997. Dave Pasch, Dusty Dvorak, Tom Luganville down on the field. North Carolina has not won the ACC in over 40 years. They could this year because of their quarterback, Drake May, one of the best players in college football. Numbers aren't as gaudy, Dusty, as last year, but that's a little misleading.
It is misleading because the tape is even better than it was a year ago. Completion percentage over 70%. There hasn't been a quarterback better on third down than Drake May. Let's take a look at some of the skill sets you'll see here today. How about arm strength? Man, he's got it. Watch the deep post shot here. Travels 55 yards in the air. The pocket presence moves to his right, and bam, an absolute dart down the field. Mobility, he's got that in the bag too. Can move and throw on the run as good as anybody. And the accuracy, it's second to none. Perfectly placed pass down the field. How about some improvisation? Little a la Patrick Mahomes. He's getting tackled. Let me throw with my left. Nobody does that in college football like Drake May. He's a special, special player. And Tom, he got a special, special target back this week at Tez Walker.
Well, Dusty, he certainly did. It's been a long and winding road to eligibility. And this community, this football team is ecstatic to have Tez Walker back in the fold. And this is a guy that can make a difference in this offense. He didn't start today, but he's going to play considerably. He caught 58 passes and 11 touchdowns in 2022 for Kent State, so he had an outstanding year. Coaches here think he's got an NFL future. He's going to be the fastest guy on the offense. So look, Dusty, for some one-on-one opportunities, particularly if they line him up on the outside for some vertical shots downfield, as he can take the top off of defense.
Now, Mack Brown was such a big proponent publicly of having the NCAA continue to review Tez Walker's case, and just 48 hours ago it was overturned. He's eligible, and Mack Brown asked him if he would carry out the North Carolina state flag. He was the first one on the field today for the Tar Heels. As Tom mentioned, did not start, but will play a lot in this game.
What a special moment for Tez Walker, this team. Talking with the players and coaches yesterday, they were ecstatic about the news that came down. A local Charlotte, North Carolina young man, his dream was to play at North Carolina. He thought just a couple of weeks ago that dream might have been shattered this season. The news changes on Thursday for the good, and we get a chance to see him for the first time here this afternoon.
From Charlotte, grew up dreaming of an opportunity to play in North Carolina, went to an FCS school, but because of COVID, they didn't have a season at NC Central, so he transferred to Kent State and transferred back close to home to play for the Tar Heels. Here's Hampton. Actually, it's a jet sweep to Chapman, and run out of play after a short gain. Stephon Thompson chasing him out. If you just joined us, North Carolina had a great first drive, but held to a field goal as Drake May was sacked on third down. He was a little slow to get up. Just a little hobble as he went back to the sideline. But he's a competitor. Mack Brown talked glowingly about his physical toughness, and he throws a bullet there to Bryson Nesbitt, the tight end, out close to the 30-yard line. Come up just short, though. It'll be third down.
An absolute dart. Nesbitt 6'5 plus 235. He's listed as a tight end, but really he's a receiver outside.
Going to keep it on the ground with Hampton, and they're able to move the chains out to the 33. Hampton, a true sophomore, who is second in the ACC in rushing. A big help to a great quarterback when you can run the ball the way Hampton has all year.
Downhill, powerful, physical style runner. Exactly what Chip Lindsey was hoping for. Tom, we were down the field before the game. Both British Brooks and Amarion Hampton. These are thick, well-built running backs.
I mean, they look like thoroughbred racehorses, man. I mean, this is a good-looking group on the hoof for North Carolina.
A lot of equestrian references here to start the game. Here's Hampton trying to get the edge. Wrestled to the ground that time by Derek McDonald. That's one thing about the Syracuse defense, especially back end. They'll come down and hit you.
They tackle so well for Rocky Long. They're a scrappy bunch, and Tez Walker on the field, as you can hear from the crowd.
The ovation for the first snap of the season for Tez Walker. See if they throw it to him. May looking the other way. Now steps up. Looking to run, able to slip a tackle and out of bounds at the 36-yard line. Stephon Thompson in there again defensively, so it'll be 3rd down and long for North Carolina. And Drake May has been the best quarterback in college football in 3rd down this year.
Sensational. Can beat you with his legs, his arm, from the pocket, on the move. The numbers are staggering. His QBR over 97 on 3rd down so far this season.
And over 80% completion rate. In trouble. Gets out of there, though, sensing the pressure. And again, just an outstanding athlete. Running out of bounds, and here comes some flags as May was pushed out at the 43-yard line. Might have been a block in the back on UNC, which will bring this back. Saw a Syracuse player go flying through the air and have to imagine that there was a blindside block or a hold.
Illegal block in the back. Offense number 80. 88. 2-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Kamari Morales called for the penalty.
Correction, the foul was on number 8.
Now Kobe Paysour, so they changed it, but he had it right the first time.
Block in the back there by Paysour. Didn't need to do that. Drake May had already gotten enough yardage to move the chains.
Can I break some news for you?
Please.
Or do you already have the news?
I don't know. You tell me, Dave.
Your Oklahoma Sooners just beat Texas. Mac Brown corrected you yesterday when you said, I remember playing against you in the Oklahoma-Texas rivalry. You said, you mean Texas-Oklahoma.
I'll remind him again, it is OU Texas. What a win for Brent Venables and the Sooners.
It certainly is in 2023. Drake May in trouble again and able to sense the pressure. Gets out of there and gets dumped at the 39-yard line. Justin Barron made the hit, and it'll be 4th down for North Carolina.
It's a really good stop by the Syracuse defense, converging on Drake May whenever he broke the pocket, got out in the open grass. Nice job rallying to the football and making the tackle.
It's the beauty of college football. We saw Texas a couple weeks ago. We walked away from that saying, man, they're the best team in the country. And they get beat by a team that coming into the year maybe didn't really think would have a chance against Texas.
A lot of improvements this offseason. Testament to Coach Venables, his staff, those players putting the work in. What a game today in Dallas.
And the punt is blocked. It's picked up by the punter, Ben Kiernan. He takes off at the 40-yard line, gets drilled right at the line to gain. We'll see if he got it. Dennis Jacquez blocked the punt. Kiernan scooped it up. Now, he can't punt it again, but he can run. Let's see where they mark him out. There are a lot of bodies on the field near the North Carolina sideline. All right, we'll come back and clean it up. First things first, we got to figure out where they're spotting Kiernan and if he got the 1st down.
ESPN College Football is delivered by Papa John's new garlic epic stuffed crust pizza. Now available in spicy garlic and in part by Goodyear. Discover the possibilities. Goodyear, more driven.
Back at Chapel Hill, a block punt. Justin Kiernan, or Ben Kiernan, the punter, picks it off. Watch where the ball is in his left hand. It's been ruled on the field as a 1st down for North Carolina, but they've got to stop this and look further at the replay, because you can see here that Kiernan does not have the 1st down based on where the hit from Sparrow takes place. Kiernan was down on the ground for a while. He's up, looks to be okay.
It's a heads-up play by Kiernan to pick that ball up and run for the 1st down. An excellent job coming downhill, and the big hit by Sparrow. This isn't a 1st down. He's short.
So they're taking timeouts to challenge the ruling on the field of a 1st down.
Now, this is the right decision by Dino Babers,
Yes,
but I don't understand. You had all that time to look at this, to not every play is reviewed. We understand every play is reviewed, but that should be a further review from the booth so that a coach doesn't have to waste a timeout to call a challenge. So the ruling on the field stands. It's North Carolina ball, but isn't this indisputable video evidence that he's short?
I mean, he's got to get to the 42. That ball never makes it to the 42-yard line. I mean, we've got great job by our camera crew, our replay people, but they reviewed it. They say call in the field stands. I'm a little befuzzled, Dave, but we play on. Dino Babers not happy during that sequence of events. I don't blame him.
So first down for North Carolina. Kiernan after the block punt, running it and picking up the first down. And then May completes it into Syracuse territory to Nesbitt, the tight end, to the 45-yard line, a gain of 13.
When Nesbitt works the middle of the field so well. Nice throw once again by Drake May to his tight end.
Some movement. It actually looked like Tez Walker at the top of the screen. May have already started downfield.
Start. Offense, number 53. 5-yard penalty. First down.
They call it on Lampkin, the offensive lineman, but there are some receivers downfield as well. I'm just shocked again, going back to the fact that I know every play is reviewed, but that they didn't stop, especially during commercial break, to further review it. It seemed as if they were somehow convinced that he got the first down, and then the replay was pretty quick as well. And it looked conclusive to me that it was not a first down. Then a completion by May, and Tez Walker with his first catch as a Tar Heel.
And Tom touched on it earlier. You could tell this entire coaching staff, Drake May, so excited about Tez Walker and the element he adds to this offense. Deep vertical threat and an excellent route runner.
Had 11 touchdowns a year ago at Kent State. May from the pocket, stepping up to take off again. And May gets the first down. At the 45, Lowry coming in for the hit. Marlowe Wax got him first. Another first down for UNC.
Looked like he wanted to hit Tez Walker on a vertical ball. Good coverage over the top. And this is a problem with Drake May. You can do your job in coverage, and then he's so savvy. If it's not there down the field, he's going to tuck it, run, and an excellent runner in the open field.
Already 8 first downs for North Carolina here in the opening quarter. May to throw. Now May launching it deep downfield, and he had a receiver. Tez Walker wanted that one so badly, and man, was he open. A rare miss from Drake May.
Deep over route. Drake May under some pressure, and he slightly misses. Tez Walker, top of your screen, just works that over all the way across the field. Nobody identifies him. Well said by you. A rare misfire by Drake May. Good job by Leon Lowry coming inside on an inside stunt, getting that pressure on Drake May, not allowing him to step into that throw.
Screen pass on second and long to McCollum inside the 25 and knocked out of bounds after another first down. Gain of 16 already made McCollum a big factor here in the first quarter. North Carolina's run 26 plays on offense to 6 for Syracuse here in the first. Second trip to the red zone for the Tar Heels. May pumping to the sideline and going the other way, dumping it off. Hampton out in space, slips a tackle, and down finally at the 10. Man, they're getting 8-9 yards of pop on first down.
A lot of space, too, back-to-back plays. That screen to McCollum, a lot of space. Nobody was able to close on McCollum, and they're out there in the flats. Nice pickup by Hampton.
Here's Hampton running the ball. Pinballs off of a big hit and gets the first down to the 5-yard line. First and goal for North Carolina. The last drive stalled after first and goal when they had to settle for 3.
Well, Marion Hampton, he's running mad. Watch him as he lowers the shoulder on Austin Roone. Just, bow, runs right through the linebacker, falling forward and moving the sticks.
Play 16 of this drive. And again, after a block punt, recovered by the punter, running to pick up the first down on a questionable placement by the official and questionable review. Hampton again colliding with defenders and just bouncing off them. He's short of the end zone. Justin Barron there on the tackle, but it's second and goal. And man, Hampton is punishing the Syracuse DBs and linebackers right now.
The physicality he's playing with has been up to notch. I bet a quarterback sneak.
Yep. Tush push to the back. A future likely top 5 pick, Drake May. They've not signaled yet, but now they do. Touchdown, North Carolina. Drake May's 4th rushing touchdown of the year.
This is the most in vogue thing across college and NFL football. Just get a tight end, get a running back close on a quarterback sneak, shove from behind. You call it a tush push, and I'm a defender. How about a weak sneak? Because it's kind of weak. You get to push from behind to get in the end zone, but definitely like within the rules.
That's very good. How long you been working on that, Burnett?
Just came to me. Just came to me.
All right, after a 17-play, 80-yard, 7.5-minute drive, let's check in with Matt. We need a breather.
Guys, get your water. Take a breath. Cintas Studio update. Lawrence Toafili and Florida State already up 8-0. Stay on your feet, kid. Make it 15-0. Hey, Dustin Dvorak, boomer.
Matt Berry's going to say boomer. I'll give him a Sooner. What a game in Dallas today. What a way to start an awesome day of college football. A lot of great games, including this one we have right here at Chapel Hill.
Now Mac Brown in his 5th year of his 2nd stint here with the Tar Heels, number 2 among active coaches in wins, including all those victories at Texas in a national championship. Only Nick Saban has more wins among active coaches. And a remarkable job that Mac did the first time around here in Chapel Hill, and he's done it again. And part of that is keeping Drake May, because there are a lot of schools coming after Drake May with all the NIL money out there, trying to get him to transfer, the one-time transfer rule. But as a guy that grew up a Tar Heel fan, he wanted no part of that. He told Mac Brown immediately, don't worry about all the noise. I'm staying here to play for you. And now a quick word from Verbo.
A place to reunite with your actual family of 5 and your chosen family of 105,213. Verbo. Football away, baby.
Now Syracuse for the 2nd straight week facing first quarter adversity, trailing in the Quinn Allen drag down Miles Murphy, a guy they've been waiting on to shine on that D-line for North Carolina with a tackle for a loss.
2 years ago, he was all ACC, and the production has just come down. Nice job getting penetration, getting vertical, and a nice TFL on first down.
So they get the Syracuse offense off schedule. Schrader's pass is pulled in out near the 30-yard line to Donovan Brown, so they get a handful there. Cedric Gray on the tackle, and Brown lost his helmet, so he'll have to come out for one play for Syracuse.
Cedric Gray was also Elijah Huzzy, the East Tennessee transfer, who's just been excellent for the secondary and as a punt returner. Nice job there in coverage as Cedric Gray and the other Tar Heels show up to get him to the ground.
Isaiah Jones checks in. They thought he was out for the year with an injury, but he's back this week. And Schrader going to keep it and spun down at the 31-yard line, about 4 yards short of the line to gain. Travis Shaw's dropped a lot of weight, down from about 370 to 330. He had the takedown.
It's Travis Shaw, and it's also the Butcher. Both of these guys are going to converge and get to Garrett Schrader. But let's talk about Kamen Rucker, who's just been one of the most outstanding edge players in the ACC in college football all year. That first step coming off the edge, he gets there in a hurry and shows up with bad intentions. And if you got a name like the Butcher, boy.
Huzzy is deep here for North Carolina. Punt return for a touchdown a couple weeks ago against Pitt. Ran into his own guy and then eventually tracked down to the 23-yard line. Only a 4-yard return after a 49-yard punt. The WNBA finals start tomorrow afternoon, 3 Eastern, noon Pacific on ABC and the ESPN app. Asia Wilson and the defending champion Aces taking on Brianna Stewart and the Liberty. Coverage starts with WNBA Countdown at 2:30. Dave Pasch, Dusty Dvorak, Tom Luginbill, and Chapel Hill. It has been all North Carolina early on. The Tar Heels already with 173 yards of total offense to 22 for Syracuse. 10-1 first downs. Time of possession 11.5 minutes to 3.5 minutes.
And that's the problem. You start to worry about this Cuse defense wearing down. They need a quick stop badly on this possession.
Here's Brooks. And another good play on first down. Every first down, it's 8-9 yards for North Carolina, whether it's through the air or on the ground, as that takes us to the second quarter with North Carolina leading 10-0 after one.
Coach, obviously a controversial call there on 4th down, and then the momentum swing that extends the drive. How do you get this team to respond and make some plays?
Well, we're going to respond. We're going to make some plays. This is a good football team we're playing. We just got to match them.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
We got to stop the run first. North Carolina already over 100 rushing yards and 31 plays run to just 9 for Syracuse.
It's good blocking up front, the zone scheme, and powerful running downhill by Hampton and Brooks.
It's rare to have a block punt and trail 10-0, right? Carolina running the ball again as Brooks powers to the 38 for a first down.
I would say it's even more rare to get a punt blocked and still find a way to get a first down off of it.
North Carolina turned that into a touchdown, and the Tar Heels on the move again. Play fake for Drake May. Long throw that was tipped at the line. It was Leon Lowry who changed his number this week from 16 to 9. It was Justin Barron who tipped it.
Justin Barron gets that, playing with that club, shuts down the rush.
Paddle.
Gonna spread it out here in 2nd down. Syracuse showing blitz, and here they come. May delivers a strike though, and another first down. Morales out to midfield, gain of 12.
The accuracy, velocity on the ball, intermediate pass, well placed to Morales.
Play action, May from the pocket. Another on-target pass inside the 35-yard line. And it's Nate McCullum for another 17 yards.
It's such a good route here by Nate McCullum. Just going to run a comeback route. Gets to the top stems, works his way back. And a perfectly thrown ball to Nate McCullum.
He's got 5 catches already. And a rare stop on first down as Brooks was tracked down from behind by Stephon Thompson. So gain of 3 there for Brooks.
Cuse defense going to get a new batch of guys up front end. These guys got to be getting tired the amount they've been on the field. Carolina already run 36 plays here just 17 minutes into this ball game.
First of 3 straight road games for Syracuse. First of 3 straight ACC home games for North Carolina. They got Miami here next week. May backing up and lobs it downfield. Contact. No flag. Pass incomplete. McCullum the intended target. Elijah Clark in coverage. 3rd down.
Ball hung in the air quite a while on Drake May. Good job down the field by Clark. He got a little bit of contact there early. Crowd wanting a flag. There's a big 3rd down here, and an area that Drake May has just been so good this year.
May looking and just checks it down. Brooks able to stretch and lunge for that first down to the 23-yard line. Another 3rd down conversion for Drake May through the air.
With zone coverage and they just sit so far back. It's a good decision by Drake May. Just check it down right over the middle. Get it to British Brooks. Turn, lower the shoulder. Just enough to move the sticks. Another first down for Carolina. 14 first downs already in this first half.
Wow. Love the patience right there from Drake May as well.
They go empty here. Spread it out inside the 25. May taking a shot, going for Nesbitt, and Nesbitt pulls it in. Touchdown, Carolina. Right in the bucket for Drake May.
Just a simple slot fade, one-on-one man-to-man coverage. And you know you got the height advantage. Amon Greenwood, he's 5'10", Nesbitt 6'5 plus, and that ball could not have been placed any better. Over the shoulder. Excellent job by Nesbitt catching the football, completing the process of the catch through the ground. Perfect pass, great catch, touchdown Tar Heels.
A 9-play, 77-yard drive. The extra point is good, and North Carolina's already up 17-0. Drake May, a rushing touchdown, and now a touchdown pass for the Tar Heels.
We talked about it coming in, the skill set of Drake May, and boy, has it been on display all hills here in the first half.
Come a long way. Real long way.
Welcome back to ESPN College Football, delivered by Papa John's. It's all North Carolina, the Drake May Show. In the first half, he's got a passing touchdown. He's got a rushing touchdown. Had a great conversation with him yesterday. We talked to him early on last year, and my youngest of 4 boys, grew up in an athletic family. Dad played here, was a GA for Mac Brown. Just a humble, nice young man to talk to. He's had so much attention on him the last year. Our conversation with him yesterday was the exact same. Nothing's changed. Still the same humble young man. As we got a touchback, we'll come out to the 25. Let's take a look at this week's college football rankings, brought to you by Goodyear. So a team that we thought a couple weeks ago might be the best in the country, they go down. Texas.
Huge win there in the Cotton Bowl for the Sooners. How about Ohio State? They were down 17-10 to start that second half. They roll back and they win by 20. Great start out for Florida State off the bye. They had been kind of sluggish heading into the bye. Boy, they seem like they're fresh and rolling early against Virginia Tech.
Georgia, Kentucky follows us here on ESPN. LaQuinn Allen, just no running room whatsoever. Again, North Carolina at the point of attack. Don Chapman, a safety, coming down two, makes the tackle. 2nd and long. Syracuse going with some tempo, spraying it out here. And they barely had the ball here in the first half. Schrader to throw. Over the middle, it is caught. And it's a first down. Donovan Brown on the ground.
Really good throw there by Garrett Schrader. They needed that confident throw. I liked what he did with his eyes. Started to his left, worked back to his number 2 target, and a strike on time to Donovan Brown.
Dan Villari, the tight end, who was shaken up last week in the game against Clemson, but good to go today. It's nice yardage on first down to the 44 for a gain of 6.
We showed some good athleticism last week. Couple of big plays. He double passed. Former quarterback at Michigan made nice play down the field. Like to see Jason Beck, the offensive coordinator, continue to find ways to get Villari integrated with throws down the field.
Got him in the backfield to help block. Schrader's pass into traffic is caught inside the 45-yard line by Hatcher. He gets leveled by Power Eccles, but Syracuse is in North Carolina territory.
It's another really good throw on the slant from Garrett Schrader. I like the concentration by Hatcher. Gets that ball through contact.
They snap it quickly, throw it out to Villari, but he's gang tackled at the line of scrimmage. Cedric Gray was there first, 2nd team All-America a year ago at linebacker for North Carolina.
Man, he's so good. Size, speed, smart. As we were talking with Gene Chizik, said he's like having a coach on the field all over the place. 145 tackles last year. He's playing better this year than he was a year ago.
Schrader going to keep it on 2nd down. He's to the 38. Took a big shot early in that game against Clemson. Just, he didn't look the same. The offense didn't look the same after that hit, and they have not recovered since. They're down 17-0 here.
Well, doing a nice job on this drive, though, Dave. He's made a couple of nice passes, 3rd manageable here. I got to imagine this is 2-down territory for Dino Babers in this offense.
Schrader scrambling. Got to do something. He fumbles it. Ball is loose at the 45, chopped out by Cedric Gray. Syracuse got it back, but it's 4th down, and they lose about 5 yards on the play.
Wow, just a mistake here by Garrett Schrader. Trying to buy time, and then Cedric Gray closes, hand right on the football, knocking it loose. Syracuse gets on top, but opportunity missed. Finally got something going offensively, and they put it on the ground.
It was Cruz, the left tackle, that recovered the fumble, but Syracuse has to punt it anyway.
They did a nice job setting those edges. Schrader wanted to break the pocket and run for the first down. He had nowhere to go. Gray adds in late and gets the stop.
How's he going to let this one go over his head? Syracuse is down there, and they catch it at the 5-yard line. So they finally pin North Carolina deep with a nice 40-yard punt by Jack Stonehouse.
Well, we came in talking about one of the best players in all of college football, and he is not disappointed so far. Talking about his mobility. You better have good rush lanes or he's going to carve you up and he's going to make you pay. Breaks the pocket, makes a really good tackler in the secondary miss. And you want to go zero blitz, bring pressure, man-to-man coverage. How about the accuracy and touch on the slot fade? Could not have been placed any better to his tight end Nesbitt. Great start here today for Drake May.
It's our game track delivered by Papa John's. He's got over 160 yards of total offense here in the first half. Again, we mentioned this at the top of the telecast. The numbers compared to 2022 are down, but his play is better. You saw that on film. The coaches confirmed that with us. And we talked to him yesterday here on the run. He tries to hit Tez Walker, get him involved, but it's incomplete. It's interesting, too. We talked earlier about how when we met with Drake, he seemed like the same guy. Mac Brown wanted him involved when they hired a new offensive coordinator. When Phil Longo left to go to Wisconsin, Mac sat down with Drake, said, I want you to be part of the process. Drake met with Chip Lindsey. That was the guy Mac Brown wanted. Drake May came away with the exact same sentiments.
They FaceTime. They just got to know each other. A lot of commonality in the pass game, and it's really worked out well here to start this season.
May surveying and then having to step up, and he sacked. Got out of the end zone, but sacked around the 3-yard line. And Leon Lowry played really well with 2 sacks last week in there.
Well, he's just been so good for this defense. We're going to see him work his way around, moving him around a little bit, trying to bring him from different places. Nice counter coming back inside. Relentless effort to the quarterback. He was outstanding a week ago against Clemson, and we've seen him multiple times already applying pressure on Drake May.
So May lined up in the end zone here on 3rd down and 12. Syracuse rushing 4. May lobbing it to the sideline, and it's caught. Let's see if he got it. Yep, he was in bounds. J.J. Jones. Another 3rd down and long that North Carolina picks up through the air because of the accuracy of Drake May.
That's really good awareness by J.J. Jones on the sidelines, knowing exactly where it's at to keep his feet in.
And Hampton keeping his balance. Eventually, after the trip, goes down at the 22-yard line.
That's a back-breaking type of moment. You do your job on 1st and 2nd down. You get the good punt. Do your job on 1st and 2nd down. Got this offense backed up 3rd and super long, and you can't get a stop, Tom. That is, man, that is just devastating to a defense.
Yeah, you're sitting there hoping you're going to get the ball back probably close to midfield and get yourself out of trouble after the turnover. But what a throw and catch there between May and Jones.
May again complete. Paysour push back at the 40, but it's a 1st down. 18 more yards through the air for North Carolina.
Middle of the field is just wide open right now for North Carolina. Drake May continues to carve them up.
May's pass caught again. Just pitch and catch right now. He's so accurate. It's Paysour. I know you've watched a lot of Caleb Williams. You got Bo Nix and Michael Penix, and obviously Shedeur Sanders has emerged this year. Who's the best passing quarterback in college football?
Well, Caleb Williams is something different. I mean, he's so special. It's hard to put anybody above him, but I think it's Caleb Williams, Drake May, and a big gap between the rest.
Hampton knocked out of bounds. Fans wanted a flag, won't get it. Another 1st down.
I think either of these guys would have come out last year. They're ahead of anybody on the board. Mel Kiper, he agrees with the top 2. Caleb Williams, Drake May, Shedeur Sanders sneaking up the board, followed by Quinn Ewers, J.J. McCarthy. But I don't know how you feel, Tom. I think that it's 1, 2, and there's a gap between the rest as we're talking about how they project for the NFL draft.
And we got an injured player, so we'll step away here. Stephon Thompson of Syracuse is down.
Bet Barry back in our college football studio after Alabama took a 10-3 lead. Max Johnson to Jake Johnson come right back. We're tied at 10 in College Station.
All right, Matt, here it's 17-0. It's the 47th offensive play. 47 for North Carolina. Midway point of the 2nd quarter. They got 300 yards of total offense, and May going downtown, got a receiver on the money. And down to the 1-yard line is Nate McCullum. What a beautiful toss. 48 yards. May to McCullum.
Well, he had either one. Tez Walker had the coverage beat, as did Nate McCullum. Pick your poison. And another perfectly placed ball. What a great catch. Full extension, laying out and completing the catch for Nate McCullum.
First and goal. May pitches it forward. Touchdown, Copenhagen. 23-0 UNC. Second touchdown pass for May.
95 yards, making it look easy. Just bring Copenhagen back across. Fake to zone read, get Drake May on the move where he's very comfortable. Just a little flip to a wide open tight end to cap off an outstanding drive. 95 yards and 9 plays, Mr. Pash.
And that is the 10th different receiver that Drake May has found here in the first half. And the extra point makes it 24-0. North Carolina has 345 yards of offense.
Well, Drake May told us he was a point guard in high school. Basketball was his first love. He's spreading the ball around 10 different targets. It's all North Carolina and all Drake May here in the first half.
Drake May with more than 200 yards of offense on his own over Syracuse, and we can hand May flowers all we want, but at some point you got to have resistance from the opponent. I mean, this has been just an atrocious defensive performance by Syracuse so far.
I see what you did there.
Good. Glad you're paying attention.
Flowers.
Okay. Yeah, I thought you were still in Sooner heaven, but you've come back to earth a little bit here.
Look at you.
Oh, he's still there.
Touchback. I don't blame him, man. I don't blame you.
But it's Chapel Hill.
I do not blame you. Let's go back to Matt in the studio.
All right, guys, coming up, Lex's halftime report. What a Saturday in college football we have so far. A&M and Alabama, they're locked at 10. So we'll show you highlights of that, plus a classic finish between Oklahoma and Texas. Boomer gets the bragging rights there, plus LSU, Missouri, a lot of points. Tigers bounce back. We've got a packed Saturday. Dan Mullen, Joey Galloway joining me coming up.
A little different here with Syracuse getting throttled on the road and just no room for Garrett Schrader. I mean, we talk so much about Drake May for good reason, but we saw it week 1 for North Carolina against South Carolina. The defense is a different deal here at Chapel Hill this year.
100% year 2 for Gene Chizik, and he told us yesterday, look, I had taken 5 years off coaching. He was doing what we do. He was in the studio doing a great job for ESPN. He came back last year, and he had a lot to learn, and he got to work this offseason. This defense has really stepped up.
Schrader has a completion to Hatcher, and that is enough to move the chains here for Syracuse.
You know, he told us, just going back to yesterday, man, he told us that, you know, offenses have changed. He had to go back and really humble himself and take a look at these ACC offenses, did a lot of studying, understood his players, his personnel, and paid dividends early this season.
Allen driven down by Cedric Gray. Penalty marker down.
Dusty, I think the other thing, too, is they've got much better depth and better players to work with, so there's more pieces of the puzzle in place.
Personal foul. Tripping. Offense. Number 73. 50-yard penalty. First down.
Westho, the right tackle. Going back to Tom's point. You've got guys that, you know, have been here for a while that have stepped up. You got some younger players that able to recruit that have had success early on also here for Mac.
You bring in an Elijah Huzzy, you bring in a Stick Lane, you know, Desmond Evans, the former 5-star, he's playing better, but you know, Cedric Gray, Eccles, Rucker, these guys were here. They're just playing at a really high level this season.
Schrader at first and 25, that pass incomplete. You just talked about 2 players they got in the portal. And I mean this respectfully, they majored in the minors, meaning they go out and they get FCS players as transfers or players at smaller Power 5 or Group of 5 or bigger Group of 5 schools who have a chip on their shoulder, who want to prove something. And they've done that this year. Second down and 25. Try to set up a screen here to Allen. And Allen tripped up at the 26 and down to the 29. So they get a little bit back there, about 8-yard pickup.
And I know you're down 24-0 and it's tough, but they've got to find a way to get LaQuint Allen the football. I think he's the best playmaker on the Syracuse offense when it's not Garrett Schrader with his legs. Finally get him a little bit of space on the screen. Continue to find ways to find number 1. Gene Chiswick likes to pressure in these spots. Cedric Gray, an excellent blitzer.
Syracuse 1 of 4 on third down. 3rd and 17 here. Schrader in trouble. Nowhere to go. Brought down back at the 29. Power Eccles in the backfield for the Tar Heels, and they force another punt.
Talking about these linebackers and Power Eccles, he's showing blitz, and he's just going to sit back and mirror the quarterback. And allow when Garrett Schrader breaks, he's just sitting there waiting, watching, great position, downhill, the quality tackle, and another third down stop for this Carolina defense.
Exactly what Chiswick talked about yesterday, keeping your eyes forward on the quarterback. Don't rush past the level of the quarterback.
Jack Stonehouse punting here for Syracuse. Huzzy is deep. Good kick. And the fair catch made at the 23. Kick off your Sunday with NFL Countdown at 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN. We saw it in this game with Drake May, and they'll break it down and count down something we're seeing all over the NFL now. The Philadelphia Eagles authored the tush push. And then our Week 5 Monday Night Football game is Green Bay and the Raiders in Vegas, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. ABC, ESPN, ESPN Deportes, Peyton and Eli on ESPN2.
Can we get the week sneak? Can we get that trending?
I do wonder, at some point, you got to think they're going to make a rule change, right? They're not going to let that continue, are they? You can push, you can't pull. You can never pull a player, but you can push. But because of this now, are they going to change the rule?
When it comes to you, I love to push and pull.
Not sure how to respond to that. May over the middle. Again, finds his tight end, Nesbitt. Past midfield. Drake May has thrown for almost 250 yards in this first half.
Once again, working the middle of the field. That's a tight window throw. Coverage around Nesbitt, but a perfectly placed ball. Another easy first down.
He's at 248 after that 29-yard pass play. Everybody covered here, and May trying to dump it off, just pitches it forward and complete.
Takes a shot at the end of this. Okechukwu with a nice hit on Drake May as he flips that ball out.
So far, in total offense for North Carolina, 373 yards. And we're still in the first half. May is 19 of 28 for 247, 2 touchdown passes. Brooks gets the carry down to the 42.
And what's interesting about that, they came out running the football. Like, this game started with a heavy dose of Amari and Hampton pounding. Now they soften up that defense and they're shredding them.
And that pass should have been caught. It was on the money. Elijah Clark stepped in front, and it's incomplete. Copenhaver dropped it. Looked like he should have made that catch. And again, Drake May showing off his accuracy. Clark had a beat on the football, but just missed it. Carolina going for it, though. Why not on 4th and 4? Everything else has worked against the Syracuse defense here in the first half.
Nate McCullum in the slot. Really good in these type of situations.
And he's going for McCullum. Flags come down. As Simmons is going to get called for interference. First down, North Carolina. 2:38 remaining.
Pass interference. Defense. Multiple play spot on the foul. Automatic first down.
And Simmons just gets there a beat early. See McCullum work right there on the hash. Quick slant inside. Gets that right arm behind. Gets the pull. Gets the hook. Draws the flag.
They have loved these slant routes here today so far.
May going back to work, setting up the screen. Hampton, and dropped by Barron at the 30. Still plenty of time here. All 3 timeouts for North Carolina. Don't need to be in a rush. This is going to be the 26th play that they have run in Syracuse territory. The Orange has run just 3 plays in Carolina territory. May with time, and an errant pass intended for Morales.
That's a rare miss. Easy throw over the middle and just high and outside. Morales unable to go up and get it. This Syracuse defense just been on the field so much in this first half. See a lot of hands on hips right now. They got to be gassed.
We'll spread it out here for May. 3rd down and 5. Quick throw to the sideline. And again, just pitch and catch with Tez Walker. Second catch for Walker in his first game as a Tar Heel. And again, loud ovation from the Carolina faithful.
But there's just so much cushion outside. Bellamy's giving him 8 yards. Just run a simple stick route, shut it down at 5 or 6. And as you said, easy pitch and catch.
May in trouble, gets out of there, on the move, takes off, still going. And finally wrapped up at the 12. He does not like to go down. He's okay taking a hit. He said that's something he's had to work on. Meanwhile, Darton hurt for Syracuse after that 12-yard gain.
He feels the pressure from the backside so well, starts to run front side, makes multiple Syracuse defenders miss. And to your point, his coaches, Coach Brown, Coach Lindsey, they really want him to get down. But as we talked to him yesterday, he said, if I'm going for a first down or a touchdown, I'm not getting down. I'm not worried about it. Just the mentality that Drake May possesses.
It felt, Dusty, even though we touched on this in the open, that the numbers this year for Drake May were a little misleading. It just felt like there was a bust-out game coming for May, and it's happened here, and there's still a half to go.
Well, it's really just the touchdown interception. Right, he comes in 5 touchdowns, 4 picks. But you dive deeper, the yards are there.
Sure.
You know, the completion percentage is there. The 3rd down is there. But if you've been watching these games.
Another completion. This time it's Pacor inside the 5-yard line.
A lot of these drives have ended abruptly, or pass plays to go inside the 5, and that's what's different about this Carolina offense this year, their ability to run the football and finish off drives with these powerful running backs.
Flag is down. Minute 20 remaining.
Prior to the pass, personal foul, hands to the face, offense number 88, 15-yard penalty. First down.
Rare mistake by the North Carolina offense here in the first half. Kamari Morales with the penalty. But the culture that's here for North Carolina really fits what Drake May is all about. It's just, and again, I know Drake May is a North Carolina kid and his dad played here, but the type of young man that Drake May is, he's everything that Mac Brown looks for in his players and everything that Mac Brown and his staff are about.
Speaking of staffs, as Mac Brown told us yesterday, the best staff he's ever had. So, well, coach, best staff you've ever had, and he doubled down. He said, absolutely, just a phenomenal staff that he's been able to put together here, this particular team. Drake May checking this play at the line of scrimmage, something he likes.
Down inside the 20-yard line to the 19. Here's what you're talking about, Dusty. Gene Chizik said, I took the job here to work for Coach Brown. Clyde Christensen, great NFL background. He's an analyst. Now he's a Tar Heel, but he also wanted to work for Coach Brown as May gets out of the pocket and throws it away. Freddie Kitchens, same thing, coaching in the NFL, was an analyst in South Carolina, became the Chapel Hill, he said, to work for Coach Brown.
I mean, it's incredible. And, talking with these guys, they're all great coaches, great people, and they love working for Mac Brown. And it's as Coach Brown told us, he's only going to hire quality people to come work for him at this juncture in his career. It's an excellent staff, and you could tell, talk with Coach Brown yesterday, he feels like he's got a really good team. We'll find out exactly what they are as they navigate their way through ACC play, but the pieces are in place, both with his staff and the personnel on this team.
Only the second time in the last 40 years they've started 4-0. The dump off to Hampton. He is going to come up short of the line to gain. Let's see if they go for it. To be 4th down at about 2 or 3 here with 20 seconds left, or they just kick the field goal. You would imagine North Carolina will take a timeout here. They'll take the clock down inside 10 seconds, and now at 11 actually called a timeout.
Timeout, North Carolina. Their first of the half. Be a 30-second timeout.
Now tonight on ABC, got another unbeaten ACC ACC team Louisville in action, ranked 25th this week, taking on Notre Dame, ranked 10th in the country. Coverage starts 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. 4 unbeaten teams from the ACC. Of course, North Carolina 4-0, and you got Miami also 4-0. The Hurricanes will be here in Chapel Hill next week. Florida State routing Virginia Tech right now. Louisville the other. 5 ranked teams. Those 4 we just mentioned, and Duke still ranked after the tough loss against Notre Dame last weekend.
The ACC, very intriguing. Don't sleep on Clemson, okay? We just saw them last week. They got so much talent. They're going to continue to get better and better. Florida State, you got to feel like it's at the top of this conference, this North Carolina team. They've got balance offensively and balanced out with a much better defense. Miami, boy, they look outstanding. It's going to be a fun league, and I can't wait to watch that Notre Dame-Louisville game tonight. Jeff Brom really done a nice job going back to his hometown and coaching his alma mater, the Cardinals.
North Carolina going for the kill shot here on 4th down. I think Dino Babers called a timeout. Yes, he did before the snap. But, boy, you'd have to think here. I mean, it's down 24.
They're second and a half. Should be a 30-second time.
I mean, down 24, the way North Carolina's playing, you're in trouble. But you get down 31-0, it's pretty much all she wrote, and North Carolina's looking for that right here. And they do have enough time where they can get a first down and then run another play. All right, let's check in with Tom.
Guys, when you look at this half of football, would you argue it's the best half we've seen from North Carolina so far? Why wouldn't you go for a touchdown here?
Yeah, I mean, no doubt. Based off of so far this season, I mean, they have not shown up and been this good on both sides of the ball. There's no doubt.
Well, they just changed their minds here. They're going to kick it. But I agree. I could have totally understood going for it the way Drake May has carved up the Syracuse defense.
Right.
But taking the points here, Noah Burnett, 1 for 1 already today, and this will be a 24-yard attempt. And he knocks that one through, so it's 27-0. Tar Heels. This season, for every field goal, an extra point made by participating universities, Allstate will make a contribution to the university's general scholarship fund. Thank you, Allstate. Now, we talked a lot about the good today, North Carolina, but how about the bad? Yeah. Syracuse last year started 6-0, lost to Clemson, won 1 game the rest of the season. A lot of people thought it was going to be different. Talking to Syracuse coaches and players last week when we had them at home against Clemson, they thought it was going to be different. You have to start to wonder if it really is going to be different, because here they are again, starting 4-0, losing at home to Clemson, and now getting throttled on the road the second game after that great start.
Well, they knew this 3-game stretch was really going to test them. Clemson at North Carolina at Florida State next week. But I'm really surprised we haven't seen a better start to this game. Before the game, talked with Coach Babers, talked with Coach Beck on the field, and they felt like they had a good week of preparation. They were able to flush that Clemson game. They're excited about getting out here to perform against North Carolina, and they just haven't been able to get anything going offensively. No stops whatsoever defensively. Definitely a disappointing half here for the Syracuse Orange.
The first time since 1996 that they've got 3 straight road games. They're at Florida State next week. And obviously the Seminoles are playing as well as anybody in the country. Then they have a game at Virginia Tech. 34 straight days without a game in Syracuse. They are not home at all in the month of October. And again, you talk about the parallels to last year. If you're Dino Babers, you're hoping for something here to turn it around. But again, even if you can get something going on offense, it's stopping Drake May and that North Carolina offense that's task number 1. So North Carolina puts up over 400 yards in the first half and leads Syracuse 27-0. As we send you to Matt Berry, Joey Galloway, and Coach Dan Mullen for the halftime report. Welcome back to ESPN College Football, delivered by Papa John's. From gorgeous Chapel Hill, North Carolina, you're watching the ACC on ESPN. North Carolina trying to get to 5-0 for the first time since 1997. And Drake May, as we welcome you back to the booth, Dave Pasch, Dusty Dvorak, made things look really easy throwing the ball and running it in the first half.
Yeah, they were fantastic, really in all facets, this Carolina team. But Drake May, boy, really had an unbelievable first half. Showed you a little bit of everything. I want the pocket presence. Watch him slide to his left and then an absolute dart down the field to Nate McCullum. One of 6 catches in the first half for McCullum. You want to go zero blitz? You want to go man-to-man? He's going to drop it in the bucket with the slot fade to Nesbitt. That improvisation on the move, little flip to the tight end, Copenhaver. You saw it all on display in the first half. Drake May, quite simply, was outstanding in that first half.
And look at that, 280 passing yards, 43 rushing yards, career high and a half of total offense, 323 yards for Drake May. His team leads 27-0 as we get ready to start the second half. See what kind of fight Syracuse has if they can put together a good drive and at least get a little momentum. Keep Drake May on the sideline, something they could not do in the first half. This will be a touchback. It'll come out to the 25. Syracuse had 4 first downs and just 70 yards of offense in that first half. Let's check in with Tom.
Well, guys, Mack Brown echoed our sentiments in the second quarter about this being the best half of football North Carolina has played all season long. But the one thing he pointed out was, what type of football team will we have in the second half? Will we get complacent? Will we get comfortable? Or will we put the pedal down and finish this game? He goes, I'm looking for maturity out of this football team.
Going to start on defense here. Schrader on the move, and the pass incomplete. Going for Damian Alford. Damian Alford has not been a factor at all in this game. Second straight week. Remember, he had just 1 catch last week against Clemson. There's a penalty marker down after 9 against Army a couple weeks ago, and everybody started to get excited about Damian Alford, but nothing the last 2 games.
Offense number 50, 5-yard penalty. First down.
And there's reasons why you get excited about Damian Alford. He's 6'6", he's 210, he's a captain on this football team. And we talked with Garrett Schrader last week, and he told us how he had this phenomenal fall camp making all these catches. And now for the second straight game, have not been able to get him the football. Got a guy at 6'6" who can make plays. You got to find a way to get him the ball.
Though that play would not have counted. Now they try to run a screen, and Allen is gobbled up. Cedric Gray right there for North Carolina.
I mean, Cedric Gray just so good. Watch him just come downhill, diagnoses this play, reads it perfectly, steps up, and bam! Big hit on LaQuinn Allen for no gain.
So second and long. A little pressure off the edge. Schrader's pass way over the head of the intended receiver, Darrell Gill. So now 3rd down and 14.
Not even close to on target to the freshman Darrell Gill. This second half starting the way the entire first half went.
That was a completable ball too, Dustin.
Yeah, he just missed him.
Yep.
Garrett Schrader, 9 of 13, but he's averaging about 5 yards per attempt. Syracuse 1 of 5 and 3rd down. Schrader on the move, throwing to the sideline, and it's pulled in for a first down by Hatcher. Coming back to the ball for what is the best play of the day for Syracuse, 34 yards.
Wow, what a play here by Yamari Hatcher. Working back, fighting back inside of Tayon Holloway, and getting a much-needed catch and first down to start this second half. Excellent individual effort by Hatcher.
Half of what Syracuse had the entire first half, they just got on that play. Now over the middle, Hatcher pinballs off of defenders and gets another Syracuse first down to the 32-yard line, gain of 13.
RPO, middle of the field. Hatcher's got the hot hand, give it to him. I like the ability to work through that contact. He catches that ball, hit hard, holds on to it. Second consecutive catch for a first down.
Allen picking a hole inside the 30 down to the 28. We really haven't had a chance to talk much about LaQuinn Allen, who is really talented, 4th in the conference in rushing.
I'm a big fan of his, Dave. He's got a little bit of everything. Vision, burst, plays with a little bit of nasty and intensity. The way he runs. Last week had an outstanding touchdown reception. Versatility by the sophomore back.
11th in the country in total touchdowns this year. Schrader was going to throw it to him, and now on the move dumps it off toward the sideline to Valari. Schrader made a nice play there, and they come up short, but gain of 5, 3rd down here coming up, 3rd and 1.
A smart play by Garrett Schrader. Zone read on the inside, keeps it. Garrett Schrader draws the defender. A flip out to the perimeter. Nice pickup.
One would assume 4-down territory. 3rd and 2, call it. Schrader keeping it, got the 1st down and more inside the 10, and finally knocked to the ground at the 6-yard line. 1st and goal.
Well, Desmond Evans, the defensive end, he closes down inside, creates some space, and a really good read by Schrader as he takes it to the perimeter. Nice kick out block by the tight end who comes across as well. And all of a sudden, a little bit of fight here to start the second half by the Syracuse offense. Exactly what Dino Babers wanted and needed to see from his football team.
They go with a heavier package. They bring in a defensive lineman and an extra offensive lineman here. And they pitch it. Allen on the cutback, fighting for the end zone. No signal yet. And he's down just short of the goal line. Syracuse may keep all that weight on the field here for this short yardage situation.
Could be another quarterback sneak. Saw this earlier in a short yardage situation from Syracuse. Garrett Schrader just kind of picked and found his way. And break this huddle quickly, and they're going to get on and snap it, and quarterback sneak.
Allen over the top and in for the touchdown. Syracuse finally on the board. That was a great drive to start the 3rd quarter.
Oh, really? Yamari Hatcher on that big 3rd down catch. Excellent individual effort to come back for that football and then cap it off with an Allen touchdown over the top. Good push up front, lead blocker.
It's an entirely different team.
Oh, man, I'll tell you what, especially after the first couple of plays.
Man.
Start this drive. They just needed that one play to kind of spark things. Man, it resulted in a big-time touchdown drive to kick off this half.
But the next challenge will be stopping Drake May and the North Carolina offense, which had 424 yards of offense in the first half. But Syracuse is on the board. It's 27-7 Carolina. Welcome back to Chapel Hill. And today's Aflac trivia question coming up on ABC tonight. You get Notre Dame Louisville. Notre Dame has a 30-game regular season win streak against ACC opponents. When was the last loss for the Irish, and who was it against? I have a feeling it's connected to this game.
Wow. You think?
Well, going out on a limb here.
Just a stretch.
I don't think so.
What do you think?
I'm thinking about
Clemson.
I think that was too long ago.
Be a touchback. Let's go ahead and answer the Aflac.
Can I guess?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm going to guess the Cuse in 2018.
Okay. Aflac trivia question. Notre Dame taking on Louisville tonight. 7:30 ABC. 30-game regular season win streak against the ACC. The last loss was against
Miami. That's right. Turnover chain was getting after it 4 different times. 41-8, Tom. Miami took down the Irish. They're all wrong.
back when Miami was a top 10 team. Might they be a top 10 team again this year? They've got North Carolina here in Chapel Hill next week. Marion Hampton on the call and gain of about 4 or 5. Remember, they got 8 or 9 on first down on the ground in the first half.
Big hit by Elijah Clark coming down.
Hampton again spins away from a defender and then finally dropped about 3 yards short of the line to gain by Isaiah Johnson. Marion Hampton, 4 straight games of the rushing touchdown, 8th in the country, 7 rushing scores, and they pick up the first down with Hampton again. 3 straight carries, and he moves the sticks.
And a vision jump cut from Marion Hampton, outstanding on this run. Nothing there in the middle, jump cut to the left, and he gets the first.
Now made of the air for the first time here in the third quarter. On the run, escapes, stiff arms, and stays in bounds. They're going to say he stepped out at the 42, but that goes back to what we said in the first half. He does not want to go out of bounds.
Doesn't want to go down. Good job rushing the passer. Leon Lowry again can't get him to the ground.
He'd rather take a hit than just step out. And, you know, talking with him the last couple of years, you get a sense just having 3 older brothers, right? You're in a situation, you're like, I'm going to keep fighting. I'm not going to go out that easily. All 3 brothers, great athletes as well, as J.J. Jones gets the catch and a first down. Younger brother Luke was on the championship basketball team and is now playing overseas in Turkey. Drake currently rooms with another brother, Bo, who's currently a member of the basketball team. Other brother, Cole, was a baseball player at Florida. And, of course, dad, Mark, quarterback here, and a GA for Mac Brown.
Quite the lineage of athletes in the May family. And yeah, Drake surely got some toughness being little brother.
And gonna throw it deep here, and another beautiful toss on a rope inside the 20 to Nate McCullum. 33 more yards for May.
The route right here by Nate McCullum, little post corner, and this ball once again just perfectly placed. Strong hands to bring it in by Nate McCullum.
Give it to British Brooks, who's hit in the backfield. Marlowe Wax in there for Syracuse, along with Chase Simmons.
We haven't talked a lot about Marlowe Wax, but really is the heart and soul of this Syracuse front 7. Tackling machine, probably their best defensive player. Missed opportunity last week. He had a pick, might have been a pick 6. He had a personal foul, but we talked with him. So mature, quality young man, and really who Rocky Long looks to as the leader of this defense.
Captain, leading tackler on the team, and he gets a negative play, a rare one for North Carolina's offense here today. 2nd and 11, May in trouble immediately, but again showing off the athletic ability, and again just not wanting to go out of bounds, but sliding before the hit comes. 3rd down coming up.
Justin Barron's a free runner off the edge. You've got to take a better angle and attack the upfield shoulder. He gets so far inside, and Drake May feels that pressure, and he's able just to work out and pick up something out of nothing. You're Justin Barron, you've got to go a little bit higher when you're coming off the edge and not allow Drake May to get outside and create a play.
It's where that quarterback athleticism is just so critical, because he doesn't have to use his arm to beat it. He can evade it.
North Carolina lose 7 of 11 on 3rd down today. They came in number 2 in the country in 3rd down conversions. 3rd and 9. Made a throw from the pocket. Now takes off and dragged down. Derek McDonald gets him at the 18-yard line, the line of scrimmage. It's 4th down, and Syracuse holds North Carolina here.
When Derek McDonald does a great job, he's going to rush in. British Brooks going to come over in protection. He fights through it, gets to the level of the quarterback, shuts it down, retraces, and gets Drake May to the ground. Good stop by the North Carolina defense.
Syracuse's defense, which it did in the first half on that initial drive, holding North Carolina to 3. 2 for 2 for Burnett today. Short attempts. This one a little bit longer, 36. But no problem. 3 for 3 for Burnett today. 6 for 6 on the year. And North Carolina extends its lead. 30-7 over Syracuse. Coming up on ACCN at 6:30 Eastern, it's the ACC Huddle Crew with special guest Stephen A. Smith. Highlights of all the afternoon games, and we'll get you ready for Georgia Tech Miami at 8. And after the game, we'll have a full post-game show to wrap up the night. Dave Pasch, Dusty Dvorak, Tom Luganville back here in Chapel Hill. North Carolina trying to get to 5-0 before it hosts Miami next week. Tar Heels leading 30-7.
Tar Heels now scored 30 points in all 5 games this season, Dave, with that last field goal.
And Drake May over 300 passing yards for the 9th time in his career. Another touchback, and Syracuse will start this drive on the 25. All season long, student sections across the country are competing to be the Taco Bell Live Más Student Section of the Year. Download the Taco Bell app to learn more. A lot to be excited about with North Carolina football. You got a Heisman Trophy candidate, and who knows, maybe a playoff contender. First down. Syracuse going to run Allen, and he spun down again. Cedric Gray, man, that guy is a stud.
Just seemingly always in the right place, at the right time. Very good football play. That's Syracuse. How about the first drive of the second half? More yards the entire first half for this Cuse offense.
Amazing. Only 22 plays run in that first half. At about 3 yards per play. There, Allen close to the first down. LaQuint Allen Jr. He wears Jr. now in his jersey to honor his late father, LaQuint Sr., who was murdered in a shooting incident in February, just a couple of months after having a chance to watch LaQuint play at Yankee Stadium in the Pinstripe Bowl and catch 15 passes in that game. Schrader keeping it here on first down, and not much, 2 yards maybe, brought down by Desmond Evans. But Allen gets really involved in his community just outside New York City. Goes back whenever he can, very involved in his high school. And to put him on the perimeter here on 2nd down and 8. And Schrader finding a guy who's been the story for Syracuse here in the 3rd quarter. Hatcher getting another first down.
Soft coverage outside by Marcus Allen. Another good hookup for Hatcher, showing strong hands, grabbed that football, getting up the field immediately. 3rd first down he's picked up here in the second half.
Dusty, that's where we thought North Carolina would be a little inexperienced on the perimeter outside.
That's exactly right.
Hatcher 5 catches, make it 6. Twirled out of bounds by Marcus Allen, but in North Carolina territory after a gain of 5.
Quick hitch again, just pitch and catch. Space there. Garrett Schrader says, you're going to give me some space, I'm going to take advantage of it. Now we see Allen pressing up in coverage, a little bit tighter on Hatcher.
Allen running here down to the 45-yard line. Travis Shaw in there for North Carolina. Got to feel like Syracuse has to score every possession. The rest of the game clock certainly not their friend at this point.
They got it going right now though a little bit, Dave. Good balance, a little pass, a little run. Got this Tar Heel defense on their heels a little bit.
3rd down, and again got to think 4-down territory. 3rd and 2. Schrader in trouble, and he kept his balance and he dove. Still going to be short, but he should have actually lost about 2 yards. It'll be 4th and inches here.
It's a really good effort by Garrett Schrader. Power Echols was in perfect position. Yeah, Desmond Evans coming over the top, and see the contact balance, putting the hand on the ground, diving forward, make a little something out of nothing.
Here comes the extra offensive lineman.
The big boy's in.
Yep.
And if you're North Carolina, you got to feel like you stop them here. It's the game. Late 3rd quarter, you get the ball back near midfield for Syracuse to stay alive. This is a must pick up for the Orange offense. Schrader gets pushed from behind. Penalty marker is down. Looked like Schrader got the first down.
Start. Offense number 78.
Now, like last week, penalties coming up big for Syracuse, and now on 4th down. I mean, you still got to go, but now you change your personnel, right?
No, they're punting.
You're punt. Wow. Not sure how this helps. Down 23 with 3 minutes to go in the 3rd. I mean, are you going to get 3 more possessions? 4 more possessions?
The way this Carolina offense has played today, it does not seem likely. A little surprised we don't see them go, but boy, just a costly mistake. They easily got that first down. Now they're punting.
Huzzy letting it land on a short punt. It'll roll to a stop at about the 17. North Carolina ball just outside 3 minutes remaining in the 3rd, still leading 30-7.
Well, let's take a look at Drake May and what he brings to the table. He's got size, 6'4", 230. We've seen all these skill sets and traits on display. Arm straight, can push the ball down the field, fit in tight windows. Accuracy, the ball placement's exceptional. Mobility, athleticism, check, and the improvisation. We saw it against Pitt with the left-handed toss. Today, a little flip, basketball style. I see some Justin Herbert, some Trevor Lawrence. He told us a little Josh Allen. Combination of some really good quarterbacks on display for Drake May.
And getting the first down is British Brooks. He also said he watches a lot of Aaron Rodgers tape. Obviously not this year. Penalty marker down.
Offense number 61. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
All right, let's bring it, Tom. You scouted Drake May when he was coming out of high school, Luke. What did you think then?
Yeah, you know, 2019 would have been his sophomore year, and he was just so talented, but he was lean. He was rail thin. He was as tall as he is now, but he was all kneecaps and elbows. What I think he's done is he's filled out, and he's developed body coordination, which has helped control his accuracy. His platform has developed better accuracy because his feet are better. He's just turned into a stronger, more mature player that's got a coordinated body now.
Long throw here, and he finds Tez Walker. Spun out of bounds. May originally committed to Alabama, but then changed his mind to come play at North Carolina, where, as we've documented throughout the game and really probably throughout the last 2 years, May, a diehard Carolina fan growing up. Second down and 9. May getting out of the pocket, checking it down to Hampton. Wrapped up by Johnson and then stood up by Stephon Thompson. Third down coming up.
Nice job rallying to the football, but how about that story? Remember Matt Brown told us a year ago that he's on the golf course. He gets the call from Drake May. Drake May tells him, hey, coach, I'm going to Alabama. And Matt Brown says, keep watching. Just keep watching. Later that year, North Carolina had some big wins over Miami. They got it going, and Drake May saw what was happening at Carolina and said, you know what, I want to be a part of that. And as Mac Brown does, he keeps those relationships open, and he was able to get his man and get Drake May here to Chapel Hill.
Offside. Defense, number 0. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
That was just a brutal offside penalty on Darton there. Free first down for North Carolina. How about when we asked Drake May yesterday, what do you like to do when you're not playing football? He goes, I don't know, watch football.
Right.
He's all ball all the time. He did say he's had a chance to golf and actually play with Riley Leonard, the quarterback at Duke, and they become friends. Said occasionally video games, but mostly it's watching football.
Ball all the time.
That pass behind the intended receiver, then it's caught. Paysor caught the redirection. Now he's on the loose inside the 20, taking it all the way to the end zone for a touchdown. That might be the play of the day in college football. 77 yards, and Paysor did just about everything. Penalty marker is down, back at the 40-yard line, though. Let's see if this is coming back.
Holding. Defense, number 8. Crimson drive. Goes over the play. It's a touchdown.
Another touchdown pass for Drake May, his third. Paysor's third touchdown catch of the season. What a catch by Paysor.
Wow.
Ball was behind him. He deflected it to himself, and May with a season-long 77-yard touchdown pass after Syracuse decides not to go for it on 4th down but punt, and North Carolina puts it out of reach with the extra point, up 30 late in the third.
Well, sometimes it's just your day. As we'll take a look at Paysor, he's just going to work a slant inside. This is actually one of Drake May's worst passes. Pass behind him, gets one hand on it, tips it to himself. How about the concentration as Elijah Clark closes on the football, and then it's heels to the field, speed into the end zone for Kobe Paysor. Even when Drake May's wrong, he's right here today with this performance. What a catch by Kobe Paysor to put an exclamation point on this offensive performance for the Tar Heels.
And now May over 400 passing yards on the day. It felt like there was a breakout game coming this season for Drake May, and it was today his third career 400-yard passing game. And he's over 6,000 career passing yards. And again, this is just year 2 of him as a starter. I think 5 games into his second year as the primary signal caller. Had 3 games last year. He had 5 touchdown passes in a game. So he ties Sam Howell, who's here in attendance today. Commanders played on Thursday night. Mitch Trubisky, T.J. Yates with 3 career 400 passing yards. And I would have to think it's safe to say May, by the end of the year, is going to have more than 3.
I think that's accurate. How about that concentration? Kobe Paysour. Wow. Big time catch. Speed in the open field to the house. As you start to look at that decision by Dino Babers to punt the football. Question why? But the way this offense has been clicking here today.
Right, at that point you needed 3, maybe 4 possessions, and now I can't even count that high how many possessions you need down 30.
I thought you went to a fine school of education. You can't count that high, Dave? It's 4. It's 4 possessions. Come on.
That's with 4 2-point conversions, though. That's not happening.
Really just need 2. Just need 2 2-point conversions, but
hence I just answered the question as to why I can't count that high. Jawad Price in the game as Syracuse keeps it on the ground. A gain of about 3. Tamari Fox got the start today for injured Kevin Hester, who got hurt in practice this week. Fox, who missed all of last year due to a suspension, has worked his way back and makes the tackle there. Here's Valari on the catch, and another good tackle by Chapman. It's not just Drake May. This defense, a lot of talent, and going back to that South Carolina game where they had 9 sacks. Remember last year they had 17 the whole year.
Yep.
3rd fewest in the country, and they're right at that number through 4 games here in 2023. Schrader on 3rd down and 5. And it's intercepted as Elijah Huzzy jumped over the receiver and picked it off.
Is an interception.
That's the 3rd interception for Huzzy, a 4-year player at East Tennessee State, where he had 12 picks there.
he is just an excellent player. Watch him drive with his football, hands underneath. I don't think that ball ever touched the ground. Such an athletic interception. A better look here. Underneath the ball. That's an interception, 3rd in his last 2 games. What an addition he's been to this defense. Their best cover man, they play him in that nickel spot. He's good in run support. You go back to the App State game where they won in overtime. He made such a good tackle on 3rd down, the pass breakup on 4th down. He's really coming to his own, Tom, and he has just been outstanding this season for Gene Chizik.
Yeah, Gene Chizik said when we were looking for guys in the portal, we were looking for instincts. We saw him make one play, and we said we want that guy.
May from the pocket. A long throw. Oh, what a catch. I think he's out of bounds. No, he was not. Wow. Walker, and that's why the coaching staff thinks he might be their best receiver, and it's his first game, just eligible. As May shaking his throwing hand after that long pass.
Full extension, climb the ladder and go get it. And he gets the left foot in before the right foot gets out of bounds. Wow.
They come back and run the ball with Hampton, but again, going back to what the coaches told us yesterday, they think Walker not only helps immediately, but might end up being their best receiver. That was an incredible grab. And how about May, too? That was a long throw with pressure on him.
You got a catch radius like that. It's tough to be wrong.
May throwing on the run, and the ball secured inside the 15-yard line by Walker again, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd quarter. North Carolina rolling at home, 37-7. Tez Walker with 5 catches in his playing debut for North Carolina. Many wondered, would it ever happen? He was at North Carolina Central, never played. He was only there for about 2 weeks. Season got canceled, transferred to Kent State, ruled ineligible initially as a 2-time transfer. Mac Brown's argument was he wasn't a 2-time transfer. He was at a school that had COVID. He didn't have a chance to play. He was there for 2 weeks. Then he left to go to Kent State. Finally, the NCAA came around, ruled him eligible based on new information, according to the NCAA. And it's been a great debut in Carolina blue for Walker as that pass is batted down at the line, incomplete.
Well, the NCAA was wrong. Mac Brown called them out on it, and they got it right. Okay, it took them too long, but at least they got it right. And boy, it's just great to see Tez Walker eligible and back on the field for this team.
Here comes a tush push as may have lost the ball. A helmet goes flying off too. Look at Corey Gaynor there going toe-to-toe with Kevon Darton, and Gaynor doing it without his lid. I think May fumbled the ball. He did. It's recovered by Syracuse, recovered by Derek McDonald. It looked when May dove forward that he did not have the ball secured, and clearly did not, as McDonald comes up with it for Syracuse.
You go back to play before, Gaynor was having a pushing match, and this spilled over this next play. He never got, I don't think he ever really got to snap, Dave. I don't think he really ever fully possessed it to go forward. Center quarterback exchange.
Recovered by Syracuse. First down.
And a big stop there for Syracuse.
Gaynor wanted a hands to the face.
Well, his helmet got ripped off. Again, the play before, there was a lot of pushing and shoving. I watched Corey Gaynor, and it spilled over and obviously affected the snap, and then gets his helmet ripped off.
And how about that? This was not just the first lost fumble, it was the first fumble. North Carolina had not fumbled all year until that play right there. I guess if you're going to do it, be up 30 in the fourth quarter when it happens. Again, every play is reviewed, but so hard to see the ball in that situation. So hard to imagine them, spending a ton of time on it.
They need to reset the chains.
Right, they have it as third down with North Carolina ball, but it's Syracuse ball first down. So there's got to be some logistics worked out here with the sticks. Now they have it set. Keep it on the ground here. Schrader out there blocking for Allen, who stiff arms his way toward the sideline and out of bounds at the 23. Chased out by Gio Biggers. There's an injured Syracuse player. Valari went down. There's a flag down too.
Unnecessary roughness, defense number 3. 15-yard penalty at the end of the play. First down.
Frustration by Amari Gaynor, gets the penalty.
Look at Amari Gaynor. A push in the back of Valari, not looking to draw that flag. Just better be smarter than that. Run past the tight end.
They have Valari in there as the Wildcat quarterback, and that doesn't work. Gain of 1. Carolina not fooled as Miles Murphy with the stop.
Miles Murphy stepped up today. He's made some nice plays, been active on the inside. He's got the talent, he's got the size. Quality 3 technique, production hadn't been there. He's been better here this afternoon against his Cuse offensive line.
No running room for Allen. Here's Kamen Rucker. We really haven't had a chance to talk much about him in this game today, as his teammates have been making all the plays, but Rucker, who's had a brilliant season so far, in there on the stop, third down.
The Butcher carving his way inside, making that tackle. He's got an explosive first step, heavy hands, relentless football player on the field. Fun to watch on tape.
6th in the country in sacks on the season. Schrader on third down, in trouble, pressure on, gets out of there, being chased by Chapman. And Chapman's got him, so Schrader just throws it away at the last second. It'll be 4th down and 9.
Boy, Gene Chizik just dialing it up. They're bringing all kinds of pressure. It comes inside. Schrader able to get outside. How about the speed by Chapman to beat him to the point? Forcing Schrader just to throw it out of bounds. This North Carolina defense, they've been relentless, showing some speed, and been able to get off the field on third down. Syracuse just 3 of 10 on third down here this afternoon.
And basically, admission of defeat, not going for it again on 4th down. Down 30 at this point, just kicking it away, trying to get out of Chapel Hill here sooner rather than later. Carolina ball when we come back. The NHL season season is here. It starts Tuesday night on ESPN and ESPN Plus with an opening night triple header, Lightning, Preds, Hawks, and Pens, and then cap the night with the Stanley Cup champion Las Vegas Golden Knights raising the banner. Drake May. Banner game, 422 yards and 3 touchdowns through the air, also 1 on the ground. At the halfway point of the regular season next week. And this certainly will help Drake May's Heisman cause as he dumps it off to Morales, and also Carolina's cause of being worthy of a top 10 ranking going into next week's game against Miami. Again, the number's not as gaudy as last year, but should, again, early.
They keep winning. They keep winning. He's going to be in the Heisman Trophy conversation. Right, wrong, or indifferent. It's about how your team does, and it is a stats-driven award. I think the stats are going to continue to come and compile. Can this Carolina team continue to win games? Miami next week, some daunting games down the stretch with Duke at Clemson at NC State. But yes, they keep winning football games. Drake May's numbers will be there. He's going to have his opportunity to be in New York City. He would have been last year. They finished winning games at the end of the year. They didn't win games. He didn't get the invite to NYC.
Catch by Walker. I'm glad you brought that up because last year they had a great start, but they lost their final 4 games to finish 9-5. They were 9-1 at one point.
Yep.
And it feels like this is a different team. It feels like a more talented team on defense. Here's Hood, straight ahead, close to a first down, but just short.
They've got more of a physical downhill running attack to complement Drake May. So defensively, you want to try to sit back, play coverage. They can pound it and run you. Chip Lindsey's been brought in. He's added that element of a downhill rushing attack. And as we've seen today, you add Tez Walker to this wide receiving core that was already good, and he's the best of the bunch with what Drake May provides. Tom, this is it's a team with not many holes. This is a better, more well-rounded team than a year ago.
No doubt. And from a defensive perspective, they play hard and they tackle well.
We get the first down here with Caleb Hood. I mean, right now there's like 100 Heisman candidates.
Right.
You know, and so it's almost everybody that is on a good team that has decent numbers is in the mix. And again, you have to feel like there are going to be more games like this for Drake May. He's too good not to have. He had, you know, a couple 400-yard games, 5 touchdown games last year.
Yeah, I mean, the number again, his numbers are fine, just touchdowns, interception coming into today, but
Heisman numbers.
I think that's going to work itself out.
Elijah Green on the carry, close to a first down.
And to your point, like, we're about to learn a lot about a lot of teams. There's a lot of really good quarterback play out west. A lot of those teams are about to start playing each other in the Pac-12. Like, to your point, there's a lot of people's name that should be in consideration. The next 4 to 5 weeks, you'll start to see some separation and figure out who are the pretenders and who are the real contenders for this year's Heisman Trophy.
Especially for teams in one-possession games with great quarterback play.
Caleb Hood, he gets gobbled up at the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 3rd and 1.
Then you got a guy like Brock Bowers out in Georgia. Right? Like, I feel like all we ever talk about is quarterbacks when it comes to the Heisman Trophy. We've forgotten that there's other positions that impact. I know Devontae Smith won the Heisman a few years back. But Brock Bowers, that performance he had last week, going to get a chance to see him tonight against Kentucky. Ray Davis against Florida last week. I'd like us to get a little more buzz and conversation outside of just the quarterbacks as it relates to the Heisman.
You're such a sacker.
They're running on 3rd down and 1 to Hampton, and he looks to be awfully close to that first down. Justin Barron got him, and I think he's short. See if North Carolina goes for it here. And Willie Lampkin a little slow to get up, so he'll come off the field.
Hopefully he's okay. He's been out a couple of games, and man, he is a really good interior offensive lineman for North Carolina. He's I said it earlier, great addition from Coastal.
4th and 1, North Carolina going for it. They put May under center. And again, we see Darton shoving the center Corey Gaynor. He had his hands in Gaynor's face earlier in the quarter, took his helmet off.
Offside. Defense number 0. 5-yard penalty results in the first down.
And immediately he gets pulled by Dino Babers.
Right, played the position. This is frustration. And he's wanting to get off on the football. And clearly there's been some back and forth all day with Corey Gaynor and Kevon Darton. Just can't make that mistake in that position when you're right over the football. Ball moves, you move. You always want to get that good jump, but another mistake by this Cuse Orange defense.
And they're just going to run it here with Caleb Hood. So on the other side, if you're Syracuse, where do you go from here? You get off to this great 4-0 start, but even though it's back-to-back 4-0 starts for the first time in 60 years, a lot of Syracuse fans skeptical because of what happened last year with their own woes down the stretch, similar to North Carolina. And now it's 2 straight losses, and they got to go to Tallahassee.
And that's not going to be easy whatsoever. It's a gut check this next week, right? You got to look yourself in the mirror. Who are we as a football team? How are we going to respond? We thought they'd respond today, and clearly not much of a response whatsoever for Coach Baber's squad.
I think that's a thing that it's surprising too. You got the sense talking to the Syracuse coaches that that was going to be different, that there would be some fight, but just never saw it. I mean, giving up over 400 yards in the first half.
And I think the real question is going to come after Florida State and after the bye week, when you go to Virginia Tech, Boston College, a Pitt team that appears down so far this year. You know, can you start to notch some wins at that point as the season goes on? That's what we're going to find out really about this Syracuse team and, you know, about the culture and leadership that they have.
They got to make their own breaks too, Dusty. They have not done that in the last 2 weeks.
Caleb Hood inside the 20. It's year 8 for Dino Babers. He'll be 11 games under 500, 2 winning seasons, including the one last year. Had the 10-win season in 2018. Had a 1-win season in there as well. And again, off to a great start this year. Last week, turnovers a big issue, but turnovers weren't the problem today. It seemed a lot like they're just getting pushed around by the opponent.
Everything was quite an issue here today for Syracuse.
May overshoots Morales. It'll be 3rd down and 7 here for UNC, up 30, midway point of the 4th.
Wonder if here's might be last opportunity. Tez Walker try to get a shot in the end zone. At some point you think they pull Drake May. Walker, top of your screen.
Fully aware of him too. You see 26, the safety over the top there.
Oh yeah.
Instead, May dumps it off underneath to Hood, but it's a 1st down to the 10.
Just patiently works through his progressions, calm in the pocket, no pressure on him. Take the check down and move the sticks.
And Dennis Jaquez is hurt for Syracuse, holding his shoulder. Drake May now on the game at 442 passing yards. Back in a moment.
ESPN College Football is delivered by Papa John's new Garlic Epic Stuffed Crust Pizza. Now available in spicy garlic. And in part by Coke Zero Sugar. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Take a taste.
Dave Pasch, Dusty Dvorak, and Tom Luganville back here in Chapel Hill. It's been all Carolina throughout the game. From the opening kickoff, it's 37-7, and Drake May looks like he's done for the day. He'll finish just a few yards shy of a new career high, but Connor Harrell is going to get some work here with 1st and goal for North Carolina at the 10-yard line of Syracuse. And they're just going to run Elijah Green. He gets a couple yards. Harrell's a redshirt freshman from the state of Alabama. That snap right there was just his 2nd of the year. Alabama High School Player of the Year 2 years ago.
Showed those scenics coming back from break. How beautiful is Chapel Hill, this campus, a picturesque setting here at the University of North Carolina. Absolutely beautiful.
Here's Harrell keeping it on 2nd and goal. You got basketball season starting in a month. Radford is the first opponent for Hubert Davis's Tar Heels. But yeah, this time of year especially, it is a beautiful city. Obviously the entire Tobacco Row, but Chapel Hill in particular.
Speaking of Carolina basketball, you know the head coach pretty well. Telling me about his pickup skills earlier today.
I mean, there's certain things, again, with broadcast partners you don't do, and I worked with Hubert 20 years ago, and I challenged him to a game of horse, and when you're the second best three-point shooter in NBA history, probably not a smart move by the play-by-play guy.
No.
You and I did challenge you to the Oklahoma drill, but thankfully you said no, you didn't want to hurt me as Elijah Green is taken down to the 12. That'll be 4th down. I
mean, I got to take it easy on you, Dave. I mean, you're fragile. Fragile.
Well, North Carolina at that point was just content not to run up the score, so they just put Harrell in and give him a chance. But obviously with Drake May in there, they would have been going for it and probably trying to get the ball to Tez Walker. Noah Burnett, 3 of 3 today, 6 of 6 on the year. This will be a 31-yarder. And calmly buries that one. 40-7 North Carolina. Coming up tonight on ABC, can Louisville get it done? The Cardinals are one of 4 unbeaten ACC teams that get Notre Dame, ranked 10th in the country. ABC Prime, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific.
Notre Dame's so physical at the line of scrimmage. It's going to challenge Louisville. Remember Sam Hartman last year as a member of Wake? Had 6 turnovers in that game at Louisville. I'm sure he's going to like to have a little revenge for that. Plummer up and down at times. He's got to take care of the football. It's going to be a fun one tonight there at Louisville.
Fun one for Mac Brown today. His team up 40-7. This will be a touchback. Syracuse will start on the 25. 278 career wins for Mac Brown, including this one. 40-7 Tar Heels.
Matt Berry back in our college football studio. I want to update you on Alabama, Texas A&M. What a day for Jermaine Burton. 197 yards, 2 touchdowns, tied with a 24-17 lead. Carson Beck, big one tonight between the hedges against Kentucky. That coming up on ESPN, top of the hour.
Just finishing up here, Matt, with Carlos Del Rio Wilson getting some reps here at the end of the game. The backup quarterback for Syracuse, finding Donovan Brown. Started a game last year at Pitt, and Garrett Schrader was hurt. The transfer from Florida.
Good strong throw there on first down. Highly rated quarterback coming out. Tom, I know you guys had him rated really high, transferred in, as you mentioned, from Florida, same high school as Trevor Lawrence. You guys really liked him coming out of high school, Tom.
Yeah, and really for the reason you just mentioned, he has got really powerful arm strength. He can drive the ball, hit all the nooks and crannies of the field. He's just got to play more. He hasn't played a lot.
Taking a shot here, overthrowing his receiver. There are 100 flags down at the line of scrimmage.
Going to be a hold. Brought a blitz and easy call. You see a lot of laundry in the field.
Offense, number 50. 10-yard penalty, second down.
It's on the center read. He was holding Sebastian Cheeks. And that kind of a day for Dino Babers' team.
Back-to-back weeks. Go back to Clemson last week. The defensive line had 5 sacks, kind of overwhelmed Syracuse offensive line. The sack total's not there, but really this North Carolina defensive front done an excellent job containing the run attack, keeping Garrett Schrader under control and pressure throughout the course of the day.
Del Rio Wilson finding some running room here. Lowers his shoulder as he gets shoved out of bounds by Derek Allen, just short of the first down.
Good opportunity here for Carlos Del Rio Wilson, trying to make some plays. Seen a nice throw from him. Just pick up with his legs, good athleticism. Getting to the perimeter, close to a first down.
These wideouts for Syracuse have got to start growing and maturing and consistently making plays. That's been a huge, glaring miss each of the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Price got the first down for Syracuse. Jawan Price, New Mexico State transfer.
Nice cut, outside zone. There's penetration, put his left foot in the ground, got north and south, moved the sticks. We were talking earlier, Dave, about this Carolina schedule coming up. Miami next week back here in Chapel Hill. It's going to be a great football game. Lightens up a little bit after that, but then the home stretch is really what's going to be the challenge and the test for this football team.
Interception at the 45-yard line by Amari Campbell. A true freshman picks it off. The coaches talked about his instincts. They say he's going to be a great one. And he gets the pick.
Well, it's Kendrick Bingley Jones inside. Going to get the pressure, contact almost immediately on Del Rio Wilson. He's going to force this errant throw. Good inside move, pushes across the center, works his way up, hit on Del Rio Wilson. And then the interception by the true freshman Amari Campbell. And you're exactly right, partner. They're excited about Amari Campbell, downhill linebacker, showing some range, showing some coverage skills, and getting his first career interception.
So the Carolina offense back on the field with Connor Harrell at quarterback inside the 30-yard line of Syracuse. Harrell firing downfield. Going for Chapman, but could not make the catch. So you touched on the schedule. This is the first of 3 consecutive ACC home games. You talked about Miami, then you got Virginia after that. Plus, keep in mind, North Carolina, Dusty, has won 7 consecutive road games, second longest active streak behind Georgia.
Yeah, man, there's 4 games on there that you look at. Going to be real challenging character build, especially at the end at Clemson, at NC State. We know about that in-state rivalry game. Dave Dorn gets his team ready for that game. We called it here last year. Upset win by the Wolfpack right here in Chapel Hill. So, look, this is a really good North Carolina team. They, coming off the bye, they showed up. And they showed you what they're capable of when they're clicking on all cylinders. But we'll learn a lot next week against Miami, and we'll learn a whole lot there down the stretch. By the way, that Duke game, Riley Leonard, good news after that vicious hit late. Right. High ankle sprain. He's supposed to be back at the end of October, so you would expect he'd be back healthy, ready for that rivalry matchup against Duke.
North Carolina tried to get back to the ACC title game where it lost to Clemson last year. Remember, no more divisions. Top 2 teams, winning percentage, will play in the ACC title game. North Carolina has not won the ACC outright since 1980. Lawrence Taylor was here in Chapel Hill the last time North Carolina won the ACC. They do not play Florida State, which we showed you on that schedule. You know, Georgia Tech was a trip-up game for them last year. Is there one of those on that schedule, or is this team too mature to fall victim to that again this year? Feels like they're more mature. Yes. And again, it starts with a quarterback that's now more experienced in Drake May. Under 2 minutes to go here in this one. North Carolina on its way to a 5-0 record. First time since 1997 when they started 8-0 and won 11 games. Flag down. Harrell's pass incomplete. Bodies all over the field inside the 15. And I don't think Mack Brown probably gets enough credit. Obviously, Mack is very good with the media and well-spoken and well-liked.
Offense number 76. The penalties decline. Risotto plays, turn it on down.
But Mack Brown has resurrected North Carolina twice, and he won a national championship at Texas. He deserves more credit as a coach.
He's a college football Hall of Famer. Okay, I mean, he's the only coach in the history of college football to be at multiple places and win 100 games. And to your point, Dave, are we talking about the last time North Carolina was 4-0, now going to be 5-0? It was 1997. And oh, by the way, guess who the head coach was? It was that man, Mack Brown. So, I mean, again, and not to mention just one of the great human beings and great men. But I love listening to him yesterday. He's all about the kids. Want to develop these as quality young men, and he's so about the kids, and he's so about what's good about college football. I'm with you, man. You can't say enough good things about the type of man and type of coach Mack Brown is, Tom.
No doubt. And Dusty, you know, you made some statements earlier about when Drake May initially told him, hey, I'm going to Alabama. He called Mack Brown, was on the golf course up in the mountains, and he said, just keep watching us. We're getting better. And when he said that, it immediately made me think about Mack Brown stealing Sam Howell in that first recruiting class, who had been committed to Florida State for months. And had he not gotten him, they might not have gotten off to the fast start they got and gotten ahead of schedule, which really then ended up making a huge impression on Drake May and what this offense could be.
Yep. Here's Juwan Price up past the 30. I think, too, based on, you know, what the stuff you guys are talking about, look, you got to hire good coaches, you got to get great players, and they have a great quarterback and they have an excellent defense, but culture matters.
Yes.
A good culture, especially in college football, makes a big difference. And again, you think about what he's been able to do here twice, coupled with his success at Texas.
Big-time football coach. Big-time football coach, and he's got a really good football team with an exclamation point of a win here today, and we're going to find out a lot next week when Miami comes to town.
Final score, North Carolina 40, Syracuse 7. And the Tar Heels improved to 5-0 on the season. Second straight loss for Syracuse after a 4-0 start, and the Orange have to go to Tallahassee to play Florida State next weekend. Drake May, a brilliant performance on the ground and through the air. 442 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, 55 rushing yards, and a touchdown for May.
He was the story coming in. He was the story all day. I want this tight window throw. Zing! Just absolutely puts it right where it has to be. You want to pressure him. He's going to get outside the pocket, show that mobility, and be able to move the sticks and pick up first downs. And single coverage people, how about the accuracy, touch, ball placement? It's all on display all throughout the day. And our Tom Luganville is with the man of the day now.
Yeah, Dusty, thanks. Drake, obviously a total team effort today. You started off fast. How would you assess the performance in all 3 phases?
Yeah, just really proud of the guys. A total team win. You know, one of the best team wins we put out this season. Just 4 quarters. That's what it matters. All 4 quarters we've been working on putting people away, and I think we did that tonight. And just proud of the guys.
I know how excited, but not only yourself, but the rest of this entire team and community is to have Tez Walker out here today. What did that mean to you?
Oh, it was awesome. You know, it makes me tear up. You know, I missed a few times with some touchdowns, but he's a great dude, great player. It's going to be good for us this year.
How different is this team and their overall mentality on the defensive side of the football that improves the offensive side for you?
The defense sets the tone. They've been setting the tone all season. They have some takeaways tonight. You know, a couple 3-and-outs. That's what matters. And those guys, you know, second year in Coach Chiddick's offense or defense, and they're gonna make some plays. I'm proud of those guys.
I know statistically it was a great night for you. Give us something to critique.
Yeah, I missed some throws. I dirted Tez on a hitch, a lot of that. So just gotta go look back at the film and make some plays. But
all right, man, thanks. Go see Garrett. He's tapping me on the back.
You know, only 500 yards of total offense for Drake May, so a lot to work on.
Yeah, he's got a lot.
After this 4-touchdown performance, just absolute phenomenal player. And will be really interesting to watch next week when he goes toe-to-toe with Miami. We've got a ranked matchup coming up with Kentucky, Georgia on ESPN. Stephen A. Smith joins the huddle on ACC Network. For Dusty Dvorak, Tom Luganville, Dave Pasch. Thanks for watching. So long from Chapel Hill. North Carolina blows out Syracuse 40-7.